So the positive team news from coach Rich Jernemas is that Dylan Olsen has passed his fitness test, and Tommy Hughes, who missed the last 3 games for the Nottingham Panthers, is back in the lineup tonight. Their only absentees are John Rowe and youngster Joe Hazeldine. Different story though for Tom Barrasso. He confirmed in that interview that there's no Jordan Owens or Robert Dowd. But watching warm-up, there's also no Chris Lawrence and no Evan McGrath. Also, youngster Jordan Griffin is away playing in the EIHL, and that means that the Steelers can only run 3 lines. That's a big advantage for the Panthers tonight.
It is a big advantage, especially going into the 3rd period. If the Panthers roll 4 lines for the first 2 periods against the Steelers' 3 lines, by the time that 3rd period comes along, that 4th line could make a big difference. Maybe the Panthers could cut back then to 3 lines. They'd be a lot fresher. So obviously, if you're the Steelers, you're going to look to play maybe a more of a defensive game, try to save those legs a little bit, not push the play so much, let the Panthers come at them a little bit and react to that.
Nottingham are trying to bounce back from defeat last weekend in Milton Keynes. The Steelers have had a change of coach since their last match, and no one's really sure what to expect from this Tom Barrasso coach side.
Well, I mean, he hasn't been there all that long, to be honest with you, so who knows? Like you say, no one knows what's going to happen. I'm sure there'll be a reaction, because when a new coach comes in, different ideas, a fresh new start, most teams react well and play well. Will it be enough to get a win here in Nottingham? It's going to be tough.
As we await the arrival of the 2 teams, we have had the arrival of the officials. Referees for tonight's game are Dean Smith and Matt Thompson. The linesmen, James Irons and Ilya Kissel. Building is filling up nicely. There are a couple of blocks full of fans in orange and an awful lot of gold and black. Nottingham won the Challenge Cup meeting here between these 2 sides at the start of September by 5 goals to 2. Sheffield edged out Nottingham 3-2 in the return fixture. Still not sure who's going to end up topping Challenge Cup Group A. That is still to be decided with Nottingham's final group game against Manchester. But this is all about the Elite League, and the picture for Nottingham is that they have 14 points from their 10 fixtures. They will stay top of the Elite League whatever happens tonight, as their closest challengers are Belfast and Cardiff, and they're on 10 points. Sheffield, the situation is not quite so pretty. They are down in 10th place. They are only off the bottom on tiebreakers, but there are 4 teams locked on 6 points: Manchester, Milton Keynes, Sheffield, and then Dundee. The Steelers can climb high in the league table tonight. They can also drop to rock bottom. It's not a position that the Steelers are used to being in. The top of the league is where the Panthers expect to be, as the Sheffield Steelers take to the ice, led on by netminder Jackson Whistle, who throughout the Steelers' disappointing season has been one of the leading lights. 2 seasons in Belfast, he's made the switch to Sheffield, and he'll have to be on top form tonight for sure.
Well, it's a big game for the Steelers, and they need to get back to winning ways. And like you said, it's unusual to see the Steelers at the bottom of the standings. No one's used to that. It happens though, and you know, it's all about just starting all over again and turning things around. And the Steelers certainly have a lot of, and you know, let's not forget the Steelers have been without Dowd. I mean, Dowd's won 5 Elite League championships with the Steelers. I mean, he's an important part of the Steelers. He just hasn't been in the lineup, and that's always tough when you have a clutch goal scorer not in your lineup. Just to name one of the players that I think is a really important player for the Steelers who hasn't been playing, and maybe that's had a bit of an effect on the results also.
In goal for Nottingham, it will be Michael Garnet. Sam Gospel got the start up in Sheffield in the Challenge Cup, but it'll be Garnet tonight. And an experienced netminder who's seen plenty of big games in his time and has had a fine start to this season. Already has a shutout under his belt, and his save percentage is at 92, and that's where elite netminders should be.
No, you're absolutely right. And anything below 900 is obviously, anything below 90% is obviously not good. I mean, it's okay, but you expect top goalies to be up and above that 90% saves. And Garnet is a solid goalie, lots of experience there, all at the top level. You know, you won't find a goalie with that kind of experience, or not that many in this league. And Whistle certainly, like you said, has been a shining light for the Steelers in a bad start. And maybe if they get things going, it'll make things a little bit easier for him.
Plenty of scoring power up and down this Panthers lineup. The power play in particular has been strong. Only Cardiff are ahead of Nottingham in the power play stats. It's been a real weakness. On the other hand, for Sheffield, they only have 7 power play goals all season across league and cup. But they might get chances tonight. Nottingham are giving up more power plays per game at home than any other team. And how Sheffield cope with those man advantage situations and how well Nottingham penalty kill could well be a key in this game.
Well, sometimes on the power play, you know, when a new coach comes in, you start to do some new things, and maybe that could turn things around a bit for the Steelers on their power play. And with an experienced coach like Barrasso, he'll have some good ideas to bring into the club. And I'm sure they'll try a few different things in this game.
It's time to put your hands together and welcome onto the ice, the Nottingham Panthers. Let out by starting netminder, give it up from number 34.
So here come the Nottingham Panthers, led out by Michael Garnet. Just to give you a quick look at what we think the Nottingham lines will be tonight. If they match what they did during warm-ups, we're expecting a top line of Farmer, Pither and Henderson. A second line of Lakovic, Perlini and Biggs. Third unit, Kovacs, Hurtubise, Gupta, and a fourth line of Van Cleef with Doty and Betteridge. That is a lineup that is stacked top to bottom.
Yeah, real strong lineup. And the Hurtubise, you know, Gupta, Kovacs lines has been their best line. That's the line that's been producing a lot of their points. Some of the other players are starting to contribute a bit more now, which is a bit scary for the rest of the league. But watch out for that Kovacs line, because that has been the danger line for the Panthers.
Great reception for Dylan Olsen as he made his way out onto the ice. The building is just about full now. The last couple of fans are making their way into their seats. It's Jonathan Fernley and Paul Adey here with you on Panthers TV Live, sponsored by Internet Motor Parts. Face-off is scheduled for 7. We won't quite hit that, but it won't be far away. We will have some between-period content for you as well. Dan Green is going to be coming up during the first intermission. We're going to have a chat with the former Panthers and Steelers netminder. And in the second period break, Gary Moran is going to come up and we can chat all things Panthers with their general manager. So all the Panthers are out onto the ice. And the Steelers are waiting on their blue line. We'll have all the pre-game ceremonies to get out of the way before we can get this one started. There are other games taking place around the Elite League tonight. Cardiff host Dundee. Manchester are at home in the Shelter against Coventry. And it's Fife against Guildford. There's also one Challenge Cup game, Glasgow against Belfast.
Ladies and gentlemen, our match mascot this evening is Ryan Whitford. He is aged 18 and is from Leeds. Ryan will now perform the ceremonial puck drop with from the Steelers, Jonathan Phillips.
This game is Nottingham's 400th Elite League game at home. It's also Sheffield's 400th Elite League game on the road and their 800th overall. Elite League games between Sheffield and Nottingham here in this building. Nottingham have won 26, Sheffield have won 26, and there's been one tie.
That's a pretty close record. Always a great game when these two teams match up.
National anthem complete. We're just about ready for face-off here between the Nottingham Panthers and the Sheffield Steelers. Absolutely bouncing in this building tonight. Tom Barrasso said he was looking forward to the big games at the end of the season, the playoff type atmospheres. Well, we've got one of those already here this evening. Both teams gathered around their netminders. Final words of encouragement. And then the teams break to their bench, and so important in these games to get off to a good start, and a good start is something that the Steelers really haven't had at all so far this season. In their 9 league games, they've only led at the end of the first period once, and they didn't go on to win that game either.
Yeah, especially in this building. If Nottingham score a few goals early, the fans really get behind them, and the atmosphere changes in their favor, and it's important for the Steelers not to let the Panthers get off to too quick of a start.
Across Nottingham's 5 home games in League and Cup, they've only scored 4 first period goals. The fans expecting and hoping for a really fast start, but goals in the first period for Steelers and Panthers at home and on the road have been a little bit of an issue at times. But we are now ready to get this game underway. Referees Dean Smith and Matt Thompson, linesmen James Irons and Ilya Kissel. Panthers in black and gold, Steelers in white and orange. And on Panthers TV Live, in association with Internet Motor Parts, we are underway and pitched straight into the offensive zone, trying to set it up for De La Rovere, and the Panthers defend it well, and Farmer plays it behind the back of the goal where Pitt will try and reach it, but it's well defended by Tommy Hughes. Panthers don't get it out of the zone. There'll be a shooting chance for De La Rovere. He tries to stick handle, and Garnet used his stick well to keep him out. Positive start from the Steelers, and Farmer around to the far side, and he will get them the respite of getting the puck across the blue line. But straight from the face-off, Pitt and De La Rovere combining and heading straight to goal. It's been all Steelers possession so far. Pitt's at the end of his shift. He dumps it in on goal, and the pass out is to Pelini. Whistle doesn't get a stick on it. Lakovic trying to trap it against those boards. Pither is onto it, and they'll keep it in the zone and force Matheson back to do some defensive work. He pays the price and is on the receiving end of the first hit of the game. Jonathan Phillips. Westerling in support. There are 3 Panthers crowded around. Steelers fans thought they saw a bit of a cross-checking from Stevie Lee. Matheson plays the puck out, and Eberle snaps his stick, and he's got to go to the bench for another one. Westerling, and that pass goes astray, and the Steelers can't keep it in the offensive zone. Quick transition. Here's Kieran Brown trying to catch the Panthers changing, and Garnet makes the stick save. Big night for Kieran Brown and Brandon Whistle out on this third line. Expect they'll see plenty of ice time. Billingsley defends well, finds Hurtubise. He dumps the puck in. Whistle does get a stick to this one. He's got to handle it, and he very nearly got himself into bother. Puck lifted clear and knocked down at centre ice by the Panthers. It's Kovacs. Loses out to McFadden, and the bounce favours the Steelers. Brown, the puck just slips away from him, and the retreating Billingsley takes it back for Nottingham. Hurtubise forward, and not gathered in by Gupta. He scored twice up in Sheffield, and are we going to get too many men here? I think we are. Nottingham didn't get their change completed in time. We said they'd given up a lot of penalties at home, and they've given one up here in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, Nottingham getting caught for too many men on the ice, but a real positive start from the Steelers, especially Pitt. Came out flying right off the first face-off, has created some good opportunities. It's having a great start to the first period, a big opportunity for the Steelers to get off to get the first goal in this game.
Only Milton Keynes have a poorer power play in League and Cup this season than Sheffield. Panthers' penalty kill is the league's best. Face-off won by Pither. The Panthers clear it out of the zone. First touch of the evening for Guy Lepine. He now settles back into his defensive duties as the Steelers switch it to the near side and enter the zone through Westerling. Matheson. Westerling again. McFadden. He's got a good shot. This one gets blocked by Lee, and it bounces all the way out to neutral ice. Matheson forward across the line. Tried to get it to McFadden, it went past him, and it'll be cleared away all the way down the ice by Tommy Hughes. Matheson had to hustle to get onto the puck. And now he sends one off the dashers and collects it himself. Turns away from Riesling. Here's De La Riviere. Trying to go back down low towards De La Riviere. It was deflected, but it wasn't on target. 45 seconds of the too many men penalty still remaining. Clearing attempt doesn't get past the Steeler behind the goal. It was played back out, but in mid-air and not an area. The Steelers could get an immediate shot away. Fed across now to Johnson. In from the angle. De La Riviere tried to get onto it, but Garnet has hold of it. And we have ourselves a stoppage. 27 seconds remaining on the penalty, which Kovacs is serving on behalf of his team.
Well, the Steelers did a good job on their breakout. They were able to get into the Panthers zone. They reacted well with that pass across to get across the blue line and in. And then they played wide in the offensive zone to take the Panthers' pressure away. Once they set up, they were searching a little bit for that open man. Sometimes if the pass across isn't there, get it to the middle defenseman. You're going to set up in a 1-3-1 and get some shots in there. I think sometimes when the power play isn't working, the best thing to do is just get pucks at the net, get traffic in front of the net, and get away from trying to make the perfect play.
Here's Brooks. Scored on his debut for Sheffield. Hasn't scored since. He might get a chance. Now he does, and he tests out the glove of Garnet.
Well, Brooks could have walked right into the goal. He had so much time. I don't think he realized how much time he had there. Got a good shot away, but it's a good save from Garnet. If you see Brooks picks it up here, he could just take that right to the net. I think he's looking to make the pass. Then he decided he could have kept going right to the net, got a better angle, could have made himself a better opportunity there because Lepin was down in the corner tied up. And Brooks got a shot away there, but maybe, just maybe, could have put himself in a better scoring position.
Bit of confusion on the ice as to which players the Steelers were going to have out. They think they tried to make their line change too late, and the officials setting them back. Brooks with another shot. This one is blocked by Hughes. And the Steelers play it backwards, and this final 10 seconds of this power play for Sheffield will tick away. And the Panthers will enter the offensive zone. Pither. First save from Whistle. He tested him out with a backhand shot. And we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Garnet comes and plays it and deals with it well. And now it'll be Kovacs. On for Pither. Backhanded across, it goes over the top of the goal. Panthers trying to get things set up in the offensive zone. They've not had a chance to do that in this opening 5 minutes. Brown, good centering feed. Whistle tried to get it on for De La Riviere. It was broken up by Lepin. Hands from Gupta. Fed across, and the shot got blocked. It was hammered goalwards by Hurtubise. Kovacs. Gula gives him a shove. And Gupta as well. And the Steelers will be able to break out through their top scorer, Pitts. He's got 8 on the season. But knocked away from him and Buzzio. And the Panthers might get a break going the other way. Doty across the line. Steelers crowd around him. Doty hits the ice. Play continues. And the Panthers have it behind the Steelers' goal. But there at the side of the net, Whistle made a stop. And the battle commences in the corner. And the Steelers get onto it and will try and find a way out, and they do. And it's a long chase back for Betteridge. Doty knocked down by Eberle. Fans wanted a call. The referee's not interested in this one. Panthers tip in and go for a change. David Phillips to Westerling, who saw traffic in front of him. Steelers can't do anything on that break. Johnson has it back and can build once more. Billingsley with the hit on Eberle. Everything just quietens, calms down for a moment as Sheffield plan their breakout. Billingsley clears it down the boards. Pither plays it straight back. And the Panthers will try it out on the other side. Possession turned over. Johnson. Touched in by Brown. And straight back with the Panthers. Here's Pither. Long pass forward was intended for Biggs. It was out of his reach. And it's the first icing whistle of the game as we approach the 7-minute mark.
Well, you can see the Steelers trying to move their defensemen, trying to move the puck up quick. They're just turning with it, making that one pass and up, not allowing the Panthers to set up into their system. And it's always a good thing. Get the puck up to the forwards. They want the puck. They don't want to be standing still watching the defenseman move the puck around 2-3 times. If you can move it up quick, always the best option.
Gula to De La Rovere. Trying to switch it across to the far side. It was behind Buzzio. And then his pass takes McFadden and the Steelers out of the zone. And that one hits the official on the far side. And it's Panthers possession. And a nice move across the blue line. Look at this move and look at that kick save to deny Riesling. And the hit coming in from Biggs. Panthers are starting to grow into this game after Sheffield had the better of the opening exchanges. Buzzio trying to get around Lepine, and again Garnet's been very active tonight playing the puck behind his goal, in front of it, at the side of it. Several times he's left his crease to good effect, and that one has gone out of play. Was it deflected or is it a penalty? I think it's going to be delay of game, and I think Westling's going to go and sit down for 2 minutes.
Yeah, that definitely went straight out, but you're absolutely right about Garnet. I mean, he's played the puck at least 4 times already in this period. We're not halfway through the period, and he certainly can move the puck like a defenseman. He's done a great job helping his defenseman out. Not afraid to make a long pass either. We'll use the boards. We'll bank the puck off the boards, and he does a super job for his defenseman, helping out his defenseman.
Hurtubise wins the draw. Pither. Shot is off target, crashes into the glass. Matheson plays the calm pass and then forward to Eberle, who kicks it on and will go and reach this in the corner. Olsen tries to leave the hit on him, and the Steelers will try and kill a little bit of time, but Phillips is outnumbered. Pass intended for Hurtubise, and he got a touch, but it wasn't on target. Gupta. So many dangerous weapons on this Panthers power play. Slap shot comes in and Whistle holds on.
Yeah, it's a really good save from Whistle because the pass comes from Gupta across the ice, and the one-time shot comes in. You'll see here Gupta makes a nice little saucer pass through the middle there, and a big shot comes in. Whistle has time to come across. There's nobody screening him in front. The defenseman tries to block the shot. Probably didn't need to, but got down anyways to try to get a leg on it. But Whistle saw that all the way.
Billingsley keeps it in the zone, but only temporarily. And now Pitts trying to pull a move. Billingsley did well to keep him away from the puck. Here's Farmer. Kovacs. Billingsley. Switched across far side. That one flashed past everything and crashed off the glass. Stays in play though. And it's with Pellini. Billingsley, long shot, didn't get a tip. There were a couple of black sticks waved at it, nothing got a touch. Biggs. Pellini. Hammered it, was looking for the tip from Farmer, it didn't get it. Hit to it in the corner, backhand clearance only finds Billingsley. Panthers are building pressure, they've still got 30 seconds left to work with here. Pellini's near side, Billingsley tries another one, that gets blocked by Pitt. Farmer wins the puck back. Will this pass stay in the zone? Yes, it will. Another good play from Billingsley. He's doing good work on that blue line. Oh, and the tip was missed from Farmer. Kovacs. Final few seconds of power play. The shot comes in. It's blocked in front. The Panthers still have it. Johnson trying to get it back for the Steelers. Westerling is out and he's straight on top of Pellini. But the Panthers are still in the zone. And that one got through traffic and Whistle kicked out a right leg. 10 scoreless minutes here on Panthers TV Live. Both sides have successfully killed a penalty. Westerling back out front. The shot is quickly in from Eberle, but Garnet was well positioned and there was no gaps. Panthers stopped in their tracks. Van Cleef couldn't find the room he wanted, and now here come the Steelers the other way. Eberle. Lee's right with him. Good physical play from Stevie Lee, but the Steelers still have it. Gula hits it, and Garnet saves it and holds on with traffic all around him.
Yeah, good save from Garnet with all that traffic in front of the net. Steelers doing a good job again on the forecheck, and our defenseman doing a good job keeping those pucks in. Right here, good hard shot coming from the point. See two guys at least. Lee tries to block it, but Garnet sees it all the way. Steelers forwards going to the front of the net. Garnet not given a second chance, hangs on to that.
Puck in front of the penalty boxes. Battle commences. Who's going to emerge with it? It's Brooks. And across the far side for the Steelers. They'll chip it into the zone. Good hit from Brown. Does love the physical side of the game. Matheson to centre ice, grabbed by Brooks, and then he couldn't find Buzzio. Possession turned back over to the Panthers, and Hurtubise forward, and well taken in by Gupta to avoid the offside, and he tested out the blocker of Whistle, and the rebound fell favourably for the Steelers. And Buzzio, who comes back the other way, he's got no support, and Lapine all over him. Still with Buzzio. Pass wasn't quite where he was intending it, and Henderson flips it free. Long pass gets De La Riviere onto the puck. He can't cut inside as he was intending, and once again Henderson is in possession for the Panthers. That shot deflects and it's up and out of play, and the Panthers get themselves a face-off in the offensive zone. 8:01 remaining on the first period here on Panthers TV Live in association with Internet Motor Parts.
That was a great save from Whistle on Gupta. Came out of his net and made a good blocker save, and probably not an easy save to make with traffic in front. He's had a good start to this game, Whistle.
Face-off win for the Panthers, but they can't get the puck to the goal. Johnson with the intercept, and he's got Westerling to go off and chase after this one. He'll move it around for Eberle. Up to Johnson. D to D across to the far side. Martinelli keeps it in. Eberle loses out. Puck slips off his stick, and the Panthers can play it free. Henderson didn't get a touch on that one, so it'll be icing. And the Panthers, who were in the middle of a line change, are told by the officials that they're going to have to send those players straight back out.
Well, when you look at both these teams and you look at the AHL and the NHL experience on both these teams, it's very, very close. I mean, actually the Steelers have more AHL experience and more NHL experience than the Panthers, but yet you see the teams on both different ends of the standings, and that is surprising.
Good work following the face-off from Farmer. Gets the Panthers down the ice, and they get the line change that they were wanting before that icing whistle. Remember, the Panthers are rolling 4 lines tonight, the Steelers just 3, and they go offside here as Kieran Brown was too far advanced on the left wing.
Yeah, sometimes the younger players tend to go offside a little bit more. I mean, Brooks did a good job flying through the middle of the ice there and had good possession, attacking the blue line. Brown just went a couple of inches offside. He'll learn from that.
Biggs sends it around to the far side. It'll reach Lakovic. This one will reach McFadden. And now Buzzio, as the Steelers are going to get trapped in the corner. That one has come up out of play. Panthers wondering what it came off last.
I'm pretty sure it came off a Panther. I think it hit, yeah, I think he knocked it out with his glove.
Well, the face-off is coming into neutral ice, which suggests it was a Panthers touch last.
Well, a good start to the first period for the Steelers. Overall, they've had some decent chances, and there's been a good reaction with the arrival of the new coach.
Turnover here. Again, it's Billingsley with the good work. Oh, and he drew the save out of Whistle. Panthers back onto it. Long shot from Reisling, just off target. Pellini, oh, he fanned on it, and he had an open net because Whistle hadn't recovered back into position. Meanwhile, here's Eberle at the other end, holding off the attentions of the Panthers and drawing another good glove stop out of Michael Garnet.
That was a nice shot from Eberle. He was under pressure. The defenseman was all over him. Reisling was all over him. Billingsley was all over him here, trying to put as much pressure as he could on him, but still managed to release a good shot. And you're right, Perlini just missed that one before, but I actually think the puck bounced over his stick.
Oh, De La Rivere's hit the outside of the post, straight from the face-off. And now we've got a penalty. We've got a slashing call coming in here, and it's going to go against the Sheffield Steelers, who so nearly took the lead with a shot off the outside of the post, and now they're going to go short-handed.
Yeah, it was a slash on Lee from De La Rivere. That's 2 minutes for the Steelers, and another opportunity for the Panthers on their power play. They did have a lot of good possession on their last power play, did create a couple of good shots, but overall the Steelers dealt quite well with that. They stuck to their box, collapsed down the opposite side and took the middle away, forcing the Panthers to go back to the point or try to play a pass through all that traffic.
Long shot from Pither hits Johnson in front and goes to the corner. Panthers get possession straight back on the power play for the second time tonight. Whistle makes the save, the puck is loose and Whistle hasn't got it trapped, and the Panthers have got it in! They've got the opening goal through Henderson!
Well, the shot came in through a lot of traffic. Whistle made the first save, and right there he's trying to get it back, but couldn't. The Panthers forwards were doing everything they could to try to get a hold of that puck. And eventually it rolls out, and the play is finished off. It looks like it's Henderson, who just hung in there, kept fighting, actually outworked the Steelers in front of their net to finish that play off. A big goal for the Panthers on their power play. And the Panthers have had good success on their power play so far this season.
Second of the season for Kevin Henderson. His first power play goal and the opening goal, scored at 13:54. And what a reaction that got from the majority of this sellout crowd here at the Motorpoint Arena. Confirmation of the assist to follow. It's the opening goal for Nottingham. It's the 7th time in league games that they have scored the opening goal, more than any other side in the Elite League. Steelers getting themselves into a little bit of bother behind the net after the puck was sitting loose. Here he is with Biggs. That one is deflected off target. Confirmation that there was no assist on Henderson's power play goal. Gula has the puck caught under his skates. In the end, manages the situation just about well enough. Brandon Whistle gets onto it and lifts it high down the ice. And Brown thought about chasing it and decided to head to the bench instead. Sent forward for Eberle. He'll get there ahead of Lee and move it near side to Westerling. What do the Steelers have in response to that opening goal from Henderson? Eberle. Switch D to D. Matheson takes the shot on, and the flash screen wasn't in time to interrupt the viewing of Garnet, who held comfortably, and now there's a little bit of pushing, and I don't think it's going to escalate much further.
Well, good defensive zone coverage from the Panthers, especially Van Cleef, who came out and took his man all the way out almost to the blue line as one of the forwards deep in the zone, but he's able to read the play well and react defensively very well, and also he was staying high at the play. We'll see the little replay here. Shot comes in. Whistle can't control that one. He's trying to. 3 Steelers players just can't get Henderson's stick, and Henderson finishes the play off just through a great second and third effort from Henderson.
Gupta brings the Panthers across the line. It's David Phillips for the Steelers behind his own goal. And now Matheson. Buzzio. Pitt. Johnson. Long shot, got a deflection, went just off target. Kovacs will now get the Panthers moving forward. They've got a 3-on-2 here, and there's loads of space for Billingsley. Lovely move, Billingsley. Oh, he ran out of room at the end and took the puck too deep. He still has it, trying to get it back out front for Hertebees, and the Steelers defend it, and they might get going the other way here. Buzzio trying to move one-on-one, and he can't get past Reisling, who defends his position, and the crowd love that. Henderson, goal scorer, back onto possession again and tests out Whistle with a shot from a tight angle. Has another go, and that one flashes across and is wide of the far side. Kieran Brown. Olsen trying to separate him from the puck and does so. And Hughes, defensive partner, will clear the zone for Nottingham. And it'll bounce all the way down the ice. And Martinelli got back to it in time to cancel the icing. If he'd slowed up, they would have cancelled it anyway. He was not left with many options there. But here's Westerling across the line and tangled up, and it's good work from Farmer to disrupt the play. McFadden takes over. He's a good skater, he moves well. Plays the puck across, it hits Garnet, and the Steelers are trying to scramble onto it. Phillips up against Lapine, and the bigger man wins the battle. Now here's Lakovic. Just happy to dump it in and let his defenseman go off for a change. Pitt. His teammates signalling that they want to go to the bench for a change. And Garnet won't give him the stoppage and play. Matheson forward. Della Rovere. It was his penalty that the Panthers scored on, and the Steelers are moving in dangerously here, and what a good save that is. The flashiest of the night, and it draws a great reaction.
Yeah, great glove save from Garnet. Buzzio gets a good shot away. Good quick wrist shot here. Nice little pass from Davy Phillips. And Buzzio gets a good wrist shot, but Garnet comes well out above the blue paint to make the save.
.207 remaining in the first period here on Panthers TV Live, brought to you by Internet Motor Parts. Betteridge with the defensive work. Olsen helps him out. Doty's pass hits Matheson. And now the battle commences at centre ice. It's the Panthers who win out. Olsen has it back. He looks up and trying to pick out a pass. Doesn't see anything he likes. And then his attempt to dump in. Hit the official over on the far side. Steelers will try it out down the left wing. Matheson brings it across. Bumped across by Brooks. Here's Whistle. Brooks again. That pass doesn't find a teammate, and the Steelers are going to have to go back 100 feet or so. No icing against the Steelers on that play. Meanwhile, here comes Hertebees. Oh, and that's going to be a penalty. No doubt about that one. Steelers are going to be going to the box again.
Well, in today's game, you just have to keep moving your feet. You can't get your stick in there at all. It's going to be an automatic penalty each and every time. The referees, there's no leniency there anymore. It used to be you could hook a guy and water ski down the ice behind him, but those days are over. Certainly favors the smaller players, gives them a little bit more room out there in the ice.
So power play 3 for the Panthers. They're 1 for 2 so far in the game. They don't score during the first part of it. It will carry on into the second period, as we are now in the final minute of the opening period. Here comes Billingsley leading the charge. He's had an impressive game so far, and Whistle saves and holds on out beyond his crease.
Well, when you talk about Billingsley, he's very dangerous at moving up the play from his defensive zone. If he's standing in front of that and he sees a chance to activate, he'll move up the ice. Also on the cycle, you can see him here going up through the middle with a lot of speed. Gets a shot in and drives to the net looking for a rebound. Whistle does a good job hanging on to that, but also Billingsley's dangerous on the cycle off the blue line, the offensive zone. He will jump into the play. If you're not watching him, he's not afraid to go.
Pither, oh, it's hit the crossbar, and it's gone up and out of play over the top of the netting. What a slap shot that was.
Yeah, that was a real hard shot. Just watch this. Pass comes across. Henderson leaves it. Pither just fires that. He got all of that. Whistle didn't have much of a chance. The puck was past him before he reacted there.
Puck falls for Phillips, and Jonathan Phillips will get it clear down the ice for the Steelers. 30 more seconds to the end of the first period. Panthers leading by that Henderson goal. Whistle with the blocker save. Where's he going to land? Oh, it lands at the side of the net. Olsen grabbed hold of it, and the Steelers take it back and dump it down the ice, but Whistle had lost complete sight of that. He was trying to blocker it up and out of play, and it just went straight up in the air. Pither, here comes another bomb, and that one is flashing across the face of goal. Gupta, there's no time for another shot, and the first period comes to a close. And it's a first period that's seen plenty of action. Both sides have had their spells on top, but it is the Panthers who lead after 20 minutes. A goal scored during a 5-on-4 power play, with Della Rovere in the box for slashing, unassisted by Kevin Henderson at 13:54.
Well, a big goal from the Panthers. Their power play has been good this season. A good road period for the Steelers, though. They're only down 1-0. Had some good opportunities. Garnet made a couple of great saves. So the Steelers are getting their chances. I think the key thing for the Steelers is to stay fresh, short and hard shifts. You can see they've been changing quickly in this game. They know they have a few less players. Here's a nice little drive to the net there, but Garnet was ready for it. Good transition from the Panthers, good speed. Quick little shot in there, good save from Whistle. Again, the Panthers were attacking that. That's some good stick handling across the blue line, and then a good scoring opportunity there from Reisling. Panthers had their chances, but the Steelers did too. Gupta always very dangerous. This is a good shot, a good save from Whistle with his blocker. Gupta had the time to pick his spot. You can see here the Panthers on the power play, moving the puck around well. They did have good position. That's a big shot that comes in there. It was a good save, very good first save from Whistle, but he wasn't able to hang on to it. And then Henderson finished the play off. He just outworked the Steelers in front of the net, and that was the only goal of the first period. Again, the Panthers had time to move the puck around in the power play. Pither hammered that one. It goes off the crossbar. Sorry, that was the original goal we're back to. And it was a good finish from Henderson. Again, we can see the Panthers just moving it around. Not a lot of pressure. There's a shot again. We've seen this a few times now, but each time Henderson keeps finishing it off. So just good second effort from him. The Steelers had some good possession. You can see there they go from one side to the other to take the pressure away. Shot comes in, and Garnett's forced to come out of his net and make a save. But the Steelers did get some opportunities in that first period, and the Panthers came back up the ice quick. That's where Billingsley's dangerous, when he jumps up the play, especially on that far side. He has the speed to do it. He leaves the front of his net, moves out, and helps out. This is the one here, I believe. Yeah, Pither with that big one-time shot goes off the bar. I mean, Whistle never saw that. That's how hard that shot was.
So that's it for the first period of action. The first periods around the country are coming to a close as well. Here's the latest scores we have for you. 5-2 Guildford 1. That is late in the first period up in Kirkcaldy. Also late in the first period over in Altrincham. Manchester 3, Coventry 0. And the scoreline of the night so far from down in Cardiff, it's Cardiff 1, Dundee 2. The Devils took the lead, and the Stars have come right back. There is, of course, one game in the Challenge Cup as well, and the Giants are leading on the road in Glasgow by 1-0. We're going to take a short break now here on Panthers TV Live. We are just moments away from the resumption of this game, and when we do so, it'll be the Panthers on a power play. Kieran Brown still has 52 seconds of a hooking minor left to serve. It's the Panthers' third power play of the game, 1 for 2 so far.
You're here watching the Nottingham Building Society sponsored Panthers.
Last couple of players just making their way out onto the ice, and also the officials just sending the puck down behind Jackson Whistle's goal, just to check that the ice is fully frozen down there. We don't have puddles making the surface unplayable. And it looks as though they are satisfied, so we'll get ourselves back underway with the Panthers in a 5-on-4 power play situation for another 52 seconds. The Panthers edge the shot count in the first period, 14-11. And we are back underway here on Panthers TV Live. Here is Pither. That massive shot off the crossbar was one of the standout moments of this game so far. He's carried the Panthers into the offensive zone, and he made a move out front and the pass went straight through him. It was on him a little bit quick. And it's Olsen who is back for the Panthers to plan one last power play breakout. 20 seconds left until Kieran Brown connects it. And it's Pither again who brings the Panthers forward. Olsen, Hurtubise back across. Pither, save made. Hurtubise, oh what a save by Whistle! He's got back and made an unbelievable stick stop. Surely that was going to be 2-0, and then it wasn't. And Brown's out of the box, he can't get onto this one. But what an opportunity that the Panthers had there to double their advantage. That looked like an unbelievable save. We'll try and get a replay of that, because that might be, well, it's certainly the save of the game. It might be the best that Jackson Whistle has produced all year. Steelers intercept the long pass forward at centre ice. De La Rovere has it between his skates in front of his team's bench. He sends this one on. Buzzio and Olsen head towards it. Steelers onto it. A couple of players in black and gold surrounding Buzzio. De La Rovere. Good strength from Lapine, and the Panthers break out. Kovacs trying to get it across to the right wing side. The Steelers collapsed around and took the puck away. Long pass forward, and in behind is De La Rovere. Tries to make the move. Garnet makes the kick save. Buzzio on the follow-up. Still an opportunity for the Steelers. It's Pitt. Oh, and his pass splits his defenseman, and that's going to cost the Steelers a few zones.
No, De La Rovere did a good job getting behind the Panthers' defense, just couldn't get a shot away.
Brown pulls the move. Kieran Brown, good kick save by Garnet. Both netminders have produced good saves already in this period. Gula from long range, and that's blocked away by the defenseman in front. Doty doesn't get it away. Brown has it back, so does Brooks, and there's Garnet once more. Goaltending clinic so far in this one, and it's just touched away from Brown as he was winding up for a one-timer, and the Panthers are quick to come back the other way with Betteridge. Great tempo to the game in the second period. Reisling sends it goalwards and it's cleared away, but only back to the Panthers D-man, who sends it in deep once more. McFadden just let the puck slide a little too far away from him, and possession turned over. 3 minutes without a whistle here at the start of the second period. That shot is off target. Whistle not called upon this time. We will get you a replay of that Jackson Whistle save at the next appropriate break in play. Here's Pither, moves it across, big chance, Panthers goal! Up from the back and scoring is Tommy Hughes.
Well, it's a great pass from Pither to Hughes, spotting Hughes coming down from his right defense position. And what a shot to beat Whistle, that he got all of that. I thought the Panthers should have had a penalty just before that. There was contact to the head of Whistle right there. You can see along the boards, which allows the Panthers to get the puck. Pither makes a quick pass. The Hughes come down, and it's a great finish. But I think the Steelers could be a little bit unhappy with the referee on that one.
What a return for Tommy Hughes. He's missed the last 3 Panthers games, but he didn't miss the target. And he's made it 2-0 at 23-19 with an even strength goal. Confirmation of the assist to follow. And Nottingham, who came so close to a 2-0 lead moments before on the power play, weren't delayed for much longer. So the goal is confirmed as Hughes assisted Pither. And the Steelers are 2 goals behind. It's a position they've been in More times than they would like this season. What have they got in response? New coach Tom Barrasso has only been with the team for a handful of training sessions. Stumble in the corner, but the Steelers will retain possession momentarily. Lee keeps Westling away from the puck. Long range wrister from Martinelli is kicked away before it reached Garnet. And now here's Johnson for the Steelers. Eberle reached out, couldn't get a touch. That will be icing. So let's take a look then at this power play save that was made by Jackson Whistle.
Well, the Panthers did a good job moving the puck around. That's a shot pass there. Gupta just isn't able to get it. Then here comes a shot here from Hurtubise. And that is an amazing save. That's a fantastic save from Whistle.
Hurtubise has already scored 4 power play goals on the season, but he can't believe he didn't make it 5. Johnson has lost his stick and wants a call. The officials aren't going to give him one. And now he's got to do defensive work. With his stick lying in the corner, his teammates help him out, and Martinelli gets it on to De La Riviere, who's got around Reisling. De La Riviere takes the shot on, save is made, rebound is cleared, but not very far. Pitt gets a touch on it, and it's save made by Garnet. Pitt continues to hack at it. Buzzio in there as well. And it's Justin Buzzio who has it for the Steelers, although the pass wasn't in a position that De La Riviere wanted.
A couple of good saves again from Garnet.
De La Riviere, drop pass, Buzzio. Angle is tight and he just flips it goalwards, and it's a comfortable glove save. But Garnet has been busy in this period and he looks to be on fine form.
Yeah, he's been very, very good in this game. When the Panthers have needed him, he's made the saves. De La Riviere makes a nice move and a nice shot. Good support though, helping their goalie out. The Panthers clearing those pucks away from the front of the net. Billingsley fighting hard there from the pressure of Sheffield. But again, Garnet, a couple of great saves.
Board battle on the far side. Doty with a nice reverse pass that gets the Panthers away and moving forward. Lakovic tips on. McFadden. Oh, hit hard into the boards. He popped straight back up. It was Doty who was right on top of him. Puck in the skates of Brown. He'll backhand it forward. The only possession turned back over to Nottingham. Long pass forward is intercepted. Panthers into the zone through Hughes, the scorer of that second goal for Nottingham. Lapine across the far side, and Lee back across to Lapine. He's got a good shot, he'll take it on, and it's wide of the blocker side of Jackson Whistle. Backhanded attempt, and that was a good one from Van Cleef, and it needed saving. Steelers need an out here. Eberle controls with his skate but can't keep hold of it for long. And it's Farmer who has it for Nottingham. Van Cleef denied a moment ago. This shot is off target. McFadden held off the puck by Farmer, and he takes it away from Matheson. Backhanded attempt. Puck is still lying there. Its play is live, and the Steelers clear it away in a hurry.
Yeah, great job from Farmer down low, winning the battle, driving to the net. One hand on his stick, just couldn't beat Whistle on that one.
Farmer poked away from him, but the bouncing puck falls for Henderson. His shot is blocked. It hit Gula. Still with the Panthers, still danger though. Buzzio takes it away, and now the Steelers will think of a break. Good work from Billingsley to get his stick in. Buzzio never got the pass across. He still has it, and then his stick is lifted by Kovacs and he doesn't get the pass away, but it's still with the Steelers. Now it's Martinelli. There's a screen in front. It was looking for a tip, it didn't get one. Johnson hammers it, save made. There's a rebound there. Westerling got to it, but Garnet has kept it out. All action game here at the Motor Point Arena. Panthers leading by 2-0. The Steelers looking for a touch from Westerling and didn't get one. It was defended by Billingsley, who plays it forward to Pither. Martinelli steps forward and it chops in the air, and he settles things down. Penalty is coming here. Oh no, in fact it was an offside call. Meanwhile here the Steelers at the other end, and putting it over the top is Della Rovere. It was just the linesman with his hand in the air on the delayed offside. And now here's Pitt. Takes the shot on and it's over the glove and over the goal. Martinelli looking for a deflection, it got one, but it just dragged wide from the stick of Josh Pitt. Steelers straight back into the offensive zone. There's really good tempo to this. Oh, and that's a painful block for the Panthers. Phillips with the shot, save made. Oh, there's a rebound chance that Della Rovere took a big swing at, but he grounded out to first.
Yeah, another great shift from Della Rovere. He's been getting his opportunities, and the Steelers put the Panthers under pressure here. Get a couple of good shots, and this shot comes in from the point. And a big blast there. Little deflection in front. Garnet sees it all away. He's able to keep the puck out of the back of the net. Della Rovere takes a swat at it. Garnet stays with it and gets his glove on it. But good pressure from the Steelers.
We've got a timeout called here. Panthers want a break. Rich Chernomaz wants to chat with his team. Tom Barrasso will get the chance to speak with his guys as well. But interesting that a coach would use a timeout in essentially the middle of the second period. It's not normally when coaches want to call it, particularly with a 2-goal lead, but Chernomaz obviously senses that this is a big moment in the game. They don't want to let the Steelers back in.
Well, the Steelers in the last 5 minutes or so have been playing well, and they've been getting opportunities, and I think Coach Chernomaz senses that the momentum has changed in the Steelers' favor, although they're trailing by 2 goals. I think he figures I better call a timeout before they actually score one. Obviously, he wasn't happy about something, and he let the players on the bench know.
Matheson, the Olsen pinning him against the wall. Biggs can't get it further out of the zone. It's back in that corner, and again it's the Steelers who emerge with it. Puck is bouncing around. It'll find Lakovic, and he can relieve the pressure. Into the offensive zone. Didn't fancy going up against Gula. Sent it to the end boards. Pellini will take it no further. Brown tries to chop it down. Panthers prevent him from doing so. And the forecheckers close in. Brown has another go, and this time he will get it out of the zone. Lakovic tried to turn it inside. It deflected off a Steelers skate. And now here comes Brendan Brooks. McFadden joins the play, but doesn't want to carry it in. He's at the end of his shift. Here's Lee around the boards. Panthers will build from their own defensive zone. Pellini turned away from trouble. He gets it to Lapine. Back with the Panthers after a few years away. One of the marquee signings that the Panthers were able to make this summer. Oh, the Steelers have pinched this one. Trying a wraparound attempt. Garnet is down, and he makes the stop. Henderson sends this one forward. Johnson keeps Farmer away from it. Feeds Martinelli. Now Della Rovere. Here's Buzio. Thought about the big slap shot. Takes on the wrister. And it's gloved by Garnet.
Another solid save from Garnet. Hard to beat Garnet with no traffic in front, with shots from the outside to the top of the circle. You'll see here he has so much time to make this save. It's an easy save for him. He's in good position, Garnet. He's really played well up to this point in the game. Steelers, though, have gained a lot of momentum in the last 5 minutes, have been getting scoring opportunities, have been pressing the Panthers' defense, finishing off their hits, getting puck recovery, creating some chances.
Wrestling won the draw, but the Steelers couldn't keep hold of it for long. And we're past the halfway point of this game here on Panthers TV Live in association with Internet Motor Parts. Hurtubise. Steelers take the puck away from him. Eberle flicks it down the ice. Billingsley is back to it. Now Hurtubise has work to do in his defensive zone and he can't do it. David Phillips is onto it. Puck is taken off his stick. Eberle hits it forward. The Steelers can't play the puck. They would have been offside. And Billingsley and the Panthers are offside.
Young Brown for the Steelers has really impressed me in this game. For a young 17-year-old to be out there playing a regular shift, certainly has not let his team down. Makes a lot of smart plays, has some good moves, some good hands for a young player. And when you get this opportunity, you got to take advantage of it.
Olsen, slap shot around the dasher boards. Steelers can't get it out. The Panthers trying to generate some offense from the turnover, can't manage it. And Brown pops straight back up. Olsen, pass just out of Doty's reach on the far side. Good turn by Johnson. Plenty of NHL experience for Aaron Johnson. Not quite as much as his head coach, mind. Puck wedged against the wall. Panthers defense keeping a close watch on things. And they're able to gather in possession. And they'll play their way out of the zone. Past Gula, but not past Matheson. Delarevere didn't get a flick on that one. And that's going to be an icing call. Steelers were in the middle of a change.
When you watch the Panthers in a defensive zone, they line up in a 5-3 down low, and then sometimes will even flood you with 4 guys on the one side, making it very difficult for you to create any offense down low. That's when you got to go up to the blue lines. That's where you'll see teams offensively, that's what they'll do. They'll go to the blue lines and then they'll open up their defenseman really wide on the blue lines. So when the pass comes across, it does give the defenseman time to pick his spot and get a good shot away, or even to wait for guys to come out off the wall to the net for a deflection. And the Panthers really use their system well in their defensive zone to make it hard on you.
With the Nottingham Panthers!
Some confusion over which players the Steelers should have out there. We're in the middle of a change when the icing whistle blew. I'm sure the Steelers really did know who should have been out there, but they want to buy themselves a few more seconds. That one hits off the top of the glass but stays in play. And Henderson goes back to the blue line. Long shot that took a deflection off a Steelers stick. And the whistle grateful that it was off target. Steelers get this one forward. Buzzio moves inside and his snapshot goes above the crossbar. Bouncing puck just causing the Steelers a few problems, but they might turn over here. Henderson, and reaching out with the save is Whistle. 2 Steelers players in a row, and then Farmer as well, all had trouble with the puck bouncing and it just wouldn't settle down. In the end, no damage done. Now here's Pellini. Good skating. Brett Pellini, save made. Great quick hands. Biggs, harassed at centre ice by Eberle, continues to go at him. And Panthers will get it in the near corner. Orange and white shirts close around and Phillips moves it forward, but again it's bobbling and Eberle can't take it with him. Pellini to the corner. Steelers back around the near side boards. Martinelli, David Phillips tries to backhand it out, didn't get enough on it. Billingsley keeps it in. Steelers just getting pegged back here. The Panthers forecheck is working hard. Phillips fancied getting onto that one, and his hustle has got the Steelers onto it. And look at the back checking from Biggs. Westerling. Oh, penalty behind the play. Steelers are going to get a power play here. Whistle goes to the bench for the extra skater. And as the puck is touched by the Panthers, the whistle can go and the penalty can be called. And the Steelers are going to go on the power play for the second time tonight.
Biggs retaliated down low. Wasn't happy about a bit of contact that was made on him. Reacted. I don't know if things were said or not down below the red line. It's a poor penalty. poor retaliation. Gives the Steelers a chance to get back in this game with a goal on the power play. It's a shame, really, because he did everything right defensively. Came back hard, took his man, knocked him over, got possession of the puck, and then reacted when he shouldn't have.
Second Steelers power play of the game. Puck is with Westerling. As Big sits for 2 minutes roughing. Westerling, Matheson, McFadden has to settle things down. Matheson takes the shot on, looking for a tip, and it's trapped between the pads of Garnet.
Well, a good wrist shot from Matheson. Comes across the blue line, gets to the net, sees his players going to the front of the net. Right here, you can see he's got his head up, he's looking for someone's stick, just trying to get that wrist shot in there. And no one's able to get a real good tip on that. Garnet right out above the blue paint there. Perfect position again. Hits him square in the stomach.
Steelers win the draw. It's with Johnson. Pitt. Down low, there was no passing option. Only to the near side. Pitt fires that one into the defenseman right in front of him. Steelers across the line. Sent around by De La Rovere. Touch from Hughes, but still with the Steelers. Johnson. Martinelli. Johnson. Pitts. And sliding save made. Johnson again. Looking for the touch from De La Rovere. It got one. But Garnet was well placed to make the pad save. And the Panthers get a clearance. And they've killed the first minute and 20 of this penalty kill. Skating from McFadden, but he left the puck behind. And it sat nicely for Lakovic. Down to 20 seconds left on the power play. Brooks. Referee takes a tumble and gets a big cheer. In 10 seconds time, the Panthers penalty killers will get a big cheer as well. Atmosphere rising. And a big cheer greets Biggs as he exits the penalty box. 2 for 2, the Panthers penalty kill tonight. And not letting the Steelers back into this one. And the Steelers have got too many men on the ice. The Panthers knew they were making a change and fired it straight towards the bench. That's smart play from them. And they're going to get a power play of their own now.
Yeah, bad penalty for the Steelers. Just can't jump on the ice when that puck is being shot around. You got to let your man get off there before you step onto the ice. Unfortunate for the Steelers, but like you said, a smart play from the Panthers. This gives the Panthers a big opportunity to increase their lead. Panthers did a good job on their penalty kill against the Steelers. They played a 1-3 in a neutral and just sat back and allowed the Steelers to move up the ice. And once they came across the blue line, then activated and put them under pressure, making it hard on them to set up. A good kill from the Panthers. Now they're on the power play,
where they are 1 for 3 so far. So barring a miracle save from Whistle, very nearly a second power play goal. They lead by 2-0 and they have a man advantage for the next 2 minutes. Here is Biggs. Billingsley switched across to the far side. Now back towards Biggs. He takes the shot on and it's deflected wide. I think it was Gula who got his stick in the way. Now it's Kovacs. "30 seconds of power play time gone. Possession still with the Panthers. The pass for Pelini was a little short. He did well to recover. Billingsley hammers one. It's over the top. Biggs. Pelini moves away from the top of the crease. It's fired across to the far side and it takes a deflection and ducking for cover. And we've got a fan who has been hit by the puck, and that is not a pleasant sight to see.
Yeah, it looks like a young boy got caught there. We'll have a look at him, see if he needs a couple of stitches, the poor lad. Hopefully he's okay.
It was just past the point where the protective netting curls around. Another couple of feet of it, and that young chap would have been okay. Well, fingers crossed that he is going to be fine and he'll be back in his seat very soon.
You can see the Panthers on their power play, they've really tried to go across through the box for those one-time shots. Overall, the Steelers have done a good job closing off the middle, trying to block those passes across.
False start on the face-off. And the puck drawn back to Olsen. One-timer blocked by the defenseman in front. And then pinched by Eberle. He loses his balance. He doesn't lose the puck. It was played back into the zone by a Steeler. So the Panthers were able to play it. Gupta. Olsen, that one deflects and will land in the corner. Gupta again with Martinelli, former Giants defenseman. Johnson's in there also. There are 3 Panthers watching in, and numbers tell in the end for them. It's Gupta. 30 seconds left on the power play. Olsen. Hurtubise feeds it across. Oh, and it was just taken away from Gupta. He'd taken up a good position at the top of the crease. Hurtubise. Final 15 seconds for the Panthers to work with. Pither. Olsen. Hurtubise shoots straight into the block of Martinelli. That's a painful one. Gets back into position as Gupta takes a shot, and Whistle was down to save it. Penalty is over. The Steelers get Brendan Brooks out of the box, who was serving the too many men call on behalf of his team, but there's still pressure on from the Panthers. Oh, and Olsen skated onto one. It made a horrible contact. Eberle, the Steelers need to get this one out, but they're going to do so at the cost of icing, so they won't get the line change they were after.
And the Steelers are tired. They've been out there for a long time. Jonathan Phillips blocked one shot just before that. There's another block there from the Steelers. They did a great job blocking shots. Martinelli getting in front of that one, and Jonathan Phillips before. They were both hurting on that shift, but they played through the pain. Looks like there's a timeout called.
I can't recall the last time I saw an Elite League game with 2 timeouts taken during the second period, but it's a smart call, I believe, from Tom Barrasso, because that line was tired at the end of the penalty kill and the ensuing 5-on-5.
Yeah, they're totally exhausted, and it is a smart call, because at 2-0, you don't want to give up another goal here and go down 3-0. At 2-0, they feel their chances are still pretty good. And it's a smart call from the coach. He's just setting up a face-off, so if they do win the face-off, they can get out of the zone easily.
Barrasso, a 2-time Stanley Cup winner as a player with the Penguins. Cena winner, a Calder Trophy winner. Olympic silver medalist in 2002. His resume as a player is outstanding. As a coach, he was a championship winner in Italy last season and a cup winner a couple of years before that. Expectations are high in Sheffield. On his coaching debut here in the UK, he finds his team 2 goals behind. And that's all a bit unsatisfactory from the restart. Steelers win the draw. Johnson right off the top of the glass. That was very nearly another delay of game call. Jonathan Phillips sends it forward, and the Steelers will get a full line change in as we enter the final minutes of the second period. It's been a 1-goal period in the Panthers' favour. Scored by Hughes at 23-19. Sent forward, nearly knocked down by Buzio. Played back out, and we've got a penalty coming in here. Have we got ourselves a late hit call against the Panthers? We've certainly got something spotted by referee Matt Thompson.
Looks like Doty's going off. Threw a hit along the wall. The referee probably thought it was a bit late. And the rules clearly state now that you're supposed to hit the player when he has the puck. I mean, it's a fine line between a step or 2 steps and a finished check. It's a tough one for the refs to call.
So the Steelers will end this period on a power play, unless they can take advantage in these 40 seconds. Confirmed as a late hit. And the Steelers fashion a scoring chance. Can they find a way past Garnet? They've not managed it so far. Pitt. Oh, he tried to play it back. There might be a 2-on-1 going the other way. Pither with Henderson in support. Takes it on, but the back checking from Johnson got his stick involved in the play and deflected it away. And the turnover from Pitt very nearly presented the Panthers with a chance to maybe put this game away.
It was a clear 2-on-1 for the Panthers, and Johnson made a great defensive play on that 2-on-1. You watch him here, he plays it perfectly. Just comes over at the last second, gets his stick down and deflects that puck up and over the net. A fantastic defensive play. Critical moment in the game. Panthers score there on the penalty kill, and that would basically destroy all the good momentum that the Steelers have gained in this period.
Late drama perhaps from Brooks. Sent across the goal on the backhand. The shot will have to be now, and it won't be from the Steelers. They don't get it off in time. It was sent goalwards by Eberle. It was tipped in by Westerling, but the green light had already come on, and Lepine is not happy. I understand why. It was fairly clear, I think, that the Gupta had gone, but a little bit of frustration perhaps from Tanner Eberle. But either way, it's the Panthers who are heading off the ice with a 2-goal advantage.
No, I'm not quite sure if he actually heard the buzzer go, or the whistle for that matter. It's quite loud in the building. It's full in here in Nottingham. The fans are in the game. As you can see, a 2-0 lead for the Panthers after 2 periods of play. Steelers did come on, I thought, in that second period. Had some good chances, had some good momentum.
The players just making their way off the ice. Coach is doing so also. And as they do that, we'll be able to take a look in a few moments at the best of the action from the second period. Panthers started the period on the power play, and it was during this power play that we've seen the save of the game.
Now you can see here on the rebound comes up, but what a save from Whistle. I mean, how does he get his stick on that? I don't know. It could be the save of the year in the Elite League by the end of the year. Who knows? But Gupta just couldn't get the shot away. Whistle never quit. Hurtubise just couldn't finish that off. I mean, he'll be seeing that in his sleep tonight. Panthers did get good opportunities on their power play. Whistle had to help out a lot on with his PK. This was a nice play from the Panthers, although I thought they should have been penalized just before. Hughes finishes that off. That was a great shot. Pither made a great pass also. I think Henderson made the pass off the wall there.
Goal was called as Hughes assisted Pither. Even strength at 23-19. The Steelers have had plenty of chances of their own, but Garnet has been in fine form.
Farmer did some good work down low. Drives out from below the red line. Everyone from the Steelers collapsing down, all 5 players helping out at the net. That's what you want to see when you're in your defensive zone. Everybody contributing, everybody helping out, helping their goalie out in front of the net. Steelers were unable to get that puck out. Eventually they do. Panthers continue to put pressure on the blue line and in the neutral zone. That shot comes in. Good save from Whistle. This is this 2-on-1 here. Great defensive play from Johnson on that 2-on-1. Reacted just at the right time. Got his stick down and deflected that puck up and over the net. So a great defensive play on the power play. They got caught on a 2-on-1, the Steelers, but if it wasn't for Johnson, could easily be 3-0 right now, but he kept the scoreline at 2-0, and the Steelers are still in this game.
So we're going to take a short break now on Panthers TV Live. Welcome back inside the Motorpoint Arena. We're getting ready for the third period of this game between the Nottingham Panthers and the Sheffield Steelers. Jonathan Fernley here alongside Paul Adey. We thank Gary Moran for his time during the intermission. And Paul, the Steelers go into this third period on the power play. They've got to find a way past Michael Garnet. This next minute and 20 could be key.
Yeah, it could be. It is an important power play. The Steelers can get one here. Certainly put him right back into this contest. But Garnet has been solid throughout the first 2 periods. Not a lot of net to shoot at. He's not giving up many rebounds. He's getting good support in front from his defenseman. And the forwards collapsing down on shots from the point also. So the Panthers are doing everything right defensively. And it's hard to get scoring chances against the Panthers with the way they play in their defensive zone. They don't give you a lot of opportunities, so the Steelers are going to have to work hard for one. They're going to have to try something a little bit different, I think, on their power play this time around.
Tanner Eberle picked up a misconduct penalty at the end of the second period. It doesn't affect the power play situation, but it does keep him out. So the Steelers, already down bodies in this game, are going to miss Tanner Eberle. Obviously deciding that when he shot the puck at the end of the game, maybe it was something he said in the aftermath or the confrontation that he had. Oh, we got a high stick call here. No, we haven't. Lee has gone down and hit the ice. And play continues, and the Panthers fans right in front of us are absolutely furious. And now play is stopped, even though the Steelers are in possession, because there's real concern about Steve Lee.
Well, he went down quickly. I think his stick came up and caught him in the face. It was accidental. Although they're having a discussion right now, the linesman is talking to the referee. He's letting them know what exactly is happening. Both referees weren't in the greatest position on the ice to see that. You'll see along the boards here as Lee goes to get the puck, the stick comes up and definitely catches him in the face. So that would be a penalty if the referees had seen it. So now there's the big discussion with the linesman. They're asking the linesman, did you see anything? And all 4 of them are, you can see right there, all 4 of them are having a discussion right now. The referees certainly didn't see anything. They were probably screened by some of the players standing in line of them. But the linesman could have had a much better look than the referees on that one. I think most of the players agree that Lee was hit in the face by a Sheffield Steelers stick. It'll come down to if the linesman will actually make the call for the referees on this one.
While this gets sorted out, some scores from around the Elite League. End of the second period in Manchester, Storm 3, Blaze 2. End of the second in Kirkcaldy, and it's the Flyers 4, Flames 2. Early in the third period down in Cardiff, it's Devils 3, Stars 2. Of course, there is one game in the Challenge Cup tonight. That's up in Glasgow, where it's Clan 1, Giants 2 at the second intermission. And still the conversations continue.
Well, it's either the referees are going to say no one saw it, we can't make the call, or the linesman didn't see it either, or the referee's saying, well, the stick came off of Lee's equipment, then hit him in the face. That's why we're not making the call. Obviously, we can't hear them down there. They're not mic'd up, the officials. But Lee certainly was hit in the face by a Steelers stick. Purely accidental.
Dean Smith heading across to have a chat and explain the situation to head coach Rich Chernomaz. But it looks as though we're setting up for a face-off in the Panthers' defensive zone. And the Steelers still have 5 skaters out there, so I think this is going to be no call. And the reason for that is currently being explained to the Panthers coach, who, get the feeling, won't be too delighted by it.
No, he didn't seem very happy. And the referee, I think, decided to go for a skate rather than to continue the conversation with Coach Chernomaz, who was basically saying, how did you guys miss that? There's 4 of you on the ice. But they don't have the luxury of looking at the replay like we do in super slow motion.
So the power play continues. It's Doty who's in the box. There's 57 seconds remaining on that minor. Martinelli, 5-on-4 in Sheffield's favour. The power play hasn't been good this season. And the Panthers' penalty kill has been excellent. Johnson knocked down by Hughes. Here comes Pither, short-handed. His shot gets blocked by De La Rovere. In the final 30 seconds of the Steelers' power play. Power play split across 2 periods always tend to be a little harder to get going. The Steelers are into the offensive zone. It'll come to the near side. Johnson steps forward and gets to it just before Betteridge does. Now Buzzio, hit down by Billingsley. Both are back to their skates. Aaron Johnson. Buzzio tried to fire it through the crease, and it was Reisling who got his stick in the way and deflected it away. And out of the box comes Doty. The power play is over for Sheffield, but the pressure is still on. Gula. Wasn't right for a one-timer. There's a delayed penalty coming here against the Panthers. Della Rovere, his shot is blocked. Betteridge was in the way. Whistle has only just realised that the referee had his hand in the air. And the Panthers did get their stick to that. And the Steelers never really got the chance to get their extra skater involved in the play. But it's going to be another power play chance. Pretty much back-to-back for the Steelers.
Well, Reisling got involved with Pitt down in the corner and then grabbed his stick as he was going to the net. The referee spotted it straight away, sending him to the box now for 2 minutes. The Panthers don't need to be taking these penalties with a 2-0 lead. They need to stay out of those battles, those one-on-one battles where you go a little bit too far. Reisling plays a tough game. Sometimes you just got to let up a little bit in certain situations.
Power play 4 for the Steelers, and it wins with a face-off win. Slap shot hammered in, the puck's in the goal. The Steelers have got one back. The power play finally comes good for the men in white and orange, and the deficit is halved.
Well, like you were saying, the Steelers won the face-off. They go D to D, and a quick shot comes in. Garnet makes the save with lots of traffic in front, but then the puck deflects off the skate of Lipin, and he just can't get his stick on it to keep it from going into the back of the net. So the Steelers get a bit of a lucky bounce there, but when you put traffic in front of the net and you shoot pucks to the net, things happen. And the Steelers, been given quite a few opportunities on their power play, finally get one here. 2-1 scoreline.
We'll await confirmation on the goal. It's called a goal for McFadden, assisted Martinelli. Save made by Whistle. Rebound comes back out. Oh, centering feed, it must be, and it is! The simplest of tap-ins across the line from Gupta. And no sooner had the Steelers cut it to 1, but the Panthers take it right back to 2.
Well, the Steelers are standing around a little bit too much here. Everybody's watching the puck and not looking for the men behind them. Pass comes across. Bit of an unlucky bounce this time for the Steelers. It goes right to the Panthers forward in front of the net, who finishes the play off. An easy, like you said, Jonathan, an easy finish for the Panthers. I think maybe Gupta got the finish in the end. But we'll get the official.
The Panthers' leading scorer now has 8 on the season. And the Steelers fans, who were jubilant just moments before, are back in their seats. Even strength at 42.09. Confirmation of the assist to follow on Alex Guptill's goal. And the building has come straight back to life. Shades of fortune on the Steelers' goal. They couldn't make the most of it. They couldn't hold on to the puck for long. Steelers force a save from Garnet at the other end.
Well, you always talk about when a goal is scored, that next shift is so important. And the Panthers went straight down the ice and got that goal back. And when you're the team that scored, you really have to go out and play a great shift. You really have to be intense. You can see the Steelers coming back here with a good shot on net. Garnet makes a nice save. 2 Steelers players going hard to the net, unable to get a rebound. Garnet's done a good job with that. He's hung on to his rebounds. He hasn't given up many second chances.
Guptill's goal was assisted by Hughes and Kovacs. Steelers outshot the Panthers during the second period, 12-7. I feel they'll need to do the same again if they're going to close this gap once more. Reisling there ahead of Johnson. Calmly across D to D. And Doty off the boards, and the Panthers might be a 2-on-1 momentarily, but the Steelers quickly hustle back. And that pass is played behind Reisling. Steelers kick it out of the zone, and it's gathered in by their captain. Brooks. The rest of his team have gone for a change. He's going to have to hold on to this for a while, and that's not going to be easy. Matheson is there to lend some support, and Brooks has done a good job for his team. Shot from the angle is not a good one. Gula. Attempted hit by Hughes, and it was he who fell down. Steelers possession behind the goal with Matheson. Trying to feed it through the slot, and it was deflected away from Brown. Back to the blue line. Gula hammers it. There was a tip on way, and it just went off target. Panthers need a clearance. They don't get one. Matheson sends one goalwards. It's just wide. Brown gets to it, but he can't feed it to David Phillips. And Betteridge will take the Panthers across the blue line. Held up, but it's enough for a line change, and that's what the Panthers needed more than anything else.
Good shift from the Steelers. Some good opportunities. Good puck movement. Lots of movement from the forwards, especially in the offensive zone, creating some space and getting pucks up to the point for some shots with traffic in front.
Steelers, who came into this game with 9 forwards. Remember, they're missing Lawrence, McGrath, Owens and Dowd through injury, and now Eberle serving that misconduct penalty. Mix and match on these forward lines for Sheffield. Good pass across to Pitt. Lovely move inside. Steelers' top scorer. And he had the puck taken away from him by Billingsley. Oh, and then fed right through the crease. It'll reach Della Rovere. And stepping onto the play, it's Johnson. And the net has come free. But Johnson's slap pass was deflected to safety anyway. Farmer's not happy with Johnson. He seems to have drawn a lot of attention from the Panthers players during this game.
Well, Farmer loves to get under the skin of the opposition. As we see on the face-off here, Steelers win it clean. Pass comes across, a shot, and eventually the puck goes off the skate of Lepin into the back of the net. Not much he could do there, but the Panthers reacted quickly. Again, a big rebound there. Panthers scoop it up quickly, get it to the front of the net, and ends up in the back of the net. A nice finish with Gupta. Few of the Steelers players were puck watching there. You got to look behind. You got to have that head on a swivel. Got to know who's around you in the defensive zone. Cannot leave a player who can score like Gupta all alone on the far side of the net. And that was straight after the Panthers the Steelers had just scored to make it a 2-1 score line. You really have to be ready on that next shift, because you know teams are going to come back at you hard, as the Panthers did in that shift.
When the Panthers lead after the second period, they have won 4 and lost 1 in league games this season. Just that defeat down in Cardiff. The only blemish on the record. The Steelers, in the trail going into the second, have turned 2 around as far as overtime to win them. They've lost 6 more. It's a position they found themselves in a lot this season, the Steelers. Panthers fans want a hold or an interference or anything from the play on the boards. It will continue with Brooks. Pass was behind Jonathan Phillips. Touch on its way by Olsen. Nice little deflection. Gets it to Kovacs. Now Hurtubise. That's into the glove of Whistle. And with Gupta closing in, he's allowed to hold on.
Well, a smart play from Hurtubise. He has no pass, so he just gets the puck to the net and hopes for a rebound. Panthers do that a lot. When they don't have that pass, they just get the shot on net, hope for a rebound or a deflection. And just to keep the goalie under pressure, keep him honest. Whistle that time hangs on to it. One player for the Steelers who's been very impressive for me is Pitt in this game. He's played hard from the start, battles hard one-on-one, has good hands, some good moves. Certainly been, in my opinion, the best, or if not one of the best Steelers in this game so far.
Not sure exactly what the issue is down there on the ice. There's obviously some form of foreign object that needs to be scraped away. It's a little bit unsatisfactory. The fans kept waiting for the restart of this game. 14:23 remaining here on Panthers TV Live in association with Internet Motor Parts. So a bonus little breather for both sides.
Now it looks like the ice, some damage in the ice. They're going to need to fix it.
It's nothing that a man with a shovel can't solve.
Well, I don't know what the shovels could, maybe to clear a bit of ice or a bit of snow, but if there's a rut or a big hole in the ice, you have to fill it and repair it. Who knows what's down there? You can't see.
So while we wait for this game here to get restarted, news of goals around the Elite League. A couple of third period goals have gone in Glasgow. The Clan had it level at 2-2, but the Giants have just retaken the lead in that Challenge Cup fixture. And it's Glasgow 2, Belfast 3. Elsewhere in the Elite League, Cardiff have extended their lead over Dundee. It's now 4-2. Dundee, who played so many close games this season, back against them, pulling one back in that. They seem to have done it against everyone they've played this season. Manchester are 4-2 up on Coventry, and Fife are so good at home these days, and now 5-2 up on Guildford Flames. And we're ready for hockey here. Panthers leading the Steelers by 3-1 in the third period. And it's Biggs who has it for the Panthers in the defensive zone. Switched across to Billingsley. His pass is broken up by David Phillips. It looks like he's icing this shift as a forward. So the Steelers really short of forward numbers. Rather than just rolling with 8, they're going to push a defenseman up there. I'm sure only temporarily. The Panthers don't get the puck out of the zone, but Matheson couldn't take advantage, and then Kieran Brown checked him down. Feels like a good body check, Kieran Brown, but not meant to be on your own teammate. Biggs. Panthers across the line. Pass was a reach for Pellini. And across for Olsen. Doula's there with him, but can't block the puck. Henderson in the corner. Matheson wins that battle, and the Steelers should be able to clear their zone. They do. And it's whistled down for offside against McFadden.
Well, another offside. When you're down a couple of goals, you have to avoid that. And also, you don't have a play. You don't get the puck deep. Don't try to carry it too much. The Panthers are going to stay up on that blue line. If the defensemen are going to stay up, chip it past them and skate for maybe a draw penalty. More than not, you'll get to that puck first.
Henderson forward, and it's McFadden back for Sheffield. Tipped away from Buzzio. Farmer across. Shooting chance, snapped on goal, save made. The puck is sitting loose, and Pither was first to get to it, but couldn't get up a follow-up shot. Now Farmer around De La Rovere. Angle is tight, and that one is deflected up and out of play and into the protective netting, but the puck dangerously getting away from Jackson Whistle.
Yeah, the Steelers got caught in that cycle from the Panthers. Got to talk in that defensive zone. If the defenseman activates, who's going to take him? Do you stay with your man? It all depends on the system you're playing in your defensive zone. Some teams, the wingers will stay with the defenseman when they activate. Other teams will just play a zone in their defensive zone and allow that defenseman to go free. All depends what system you're playing.
It's a neutral zone restart. Steelers possession. Here's Jonathan Phillips. Brendan Brooks. Oh, Wessling was in the goal. Play is still live, and Garnet tries to freeze it, and he does so. And Wessling is not a happy chappy.
Well, Wessling was taking a little bit of punishment in there. Couldn't get up back onto his feet with everybody around him. I think if anything, he got in front of his player more so than disturbing the Panthers defenseman. You can see there he's down on the ice and he's in the goal crease. Pass comes out quickly. He's not able to get a stick on that. Garnet saw it all away. Garnet was quick to get to his post.
A little chippy at times this game, but really no sign that anyone's likely to drop the gloves anytime soon. But there have been a few exchanged words. Brown is trying to get to this one before Hughes. Can't manage it. He's backhanded out of the zone by Gupta, who restored the Panthers' 2-goal advantage. Turnover. Kovacs moving in. The puck just got a little too far away from him, and Martinelli was there to clean up for Sheffield. 12 minutes remaining in this game. Steelers need to find 2 from somewhere. Panthers know that 1 more will seal the points. They may already have enough, but they know that the Steelers aren't going to get 4 on their side of the scoreboard. Their offense has been really struggling at times this season. Buzzio trying to pull the move, couldn't quite manage it. A couple of players skate over the puck and eventually it's chopped out to the near side. Billingsley under pressure, gets it as far as the red line. That's where Lakovic can take over and he can create a little 2-on-1. Fed across, brilliant finish! What a hit from Tyler Biggs.
That is an incredible shot, but what a play from Lakovic. Wins that battle through the neutral zone, outskates Pitt, and then makes a lovely pass on his backhand. What a perfect pass from Lakovic. And a fantastic finish from Biggs. Whistle has no chance. Too much power behind that shot. Panthers take a 4-1 lead here with 11:24 left on the clock in the third period.
A thundering slap shot. And second goal of the season for Tyler Biggs. Even strength at 48-36 will confirm the assist shortly. And it should certainly be one for Lakovic. That might be all. But what a moment. And it might just be the one that puts this game to bed. They have awarded an additional assist to Billingsley. So it's 12 from 7 and 54. And now it's Westerling. It's a long way back from the Steelers from here. Jonathan Phillips loses an edge. Johnson, oh, he got a tip from Westerling, but that dragged it wide of the near post. Garnet again trying to get on Jackson Whistle, but not really sure there was much he could do about that goal. Here's Reisling to Doty. Cross ice dump, Gula will reach it. Matheson. Puck deflected, doesn't quite reach Brown. A couple of players glove at it, will now reach Brown. That's going to be called for a hand pass. And we pause at the exact midpoint of the third period, and it means that Tanner Eberle can come back out and we can take another look at the Panthers' fourth goal.
Well, Billingsley wins that little battle to get the puck out. Then Lakovic does the rest here. Perlini gives him some support on the wall, but Lakovic just outskates, Pitt's on a long shift. You can see he's a bit tired there. Lakovic, beautiful pass across to Biggs, and that is just a bullet to the net.
Steelers can't keep it in the zone. Defenseman pinching, couldn't block it. And the Panthers forecheck is trying to force a turnover, but Gula get back and helps his teammate out. Now Buzzio can come forward. But left behind. Lapine tries to get his stick onto it, and then he gives De La Rivera another shove. Knocked to the ice, and the Panthers will clear their own zone. 2-on-2 if they want to break forward. They can't quite manage it. The move didn't quite have the momentum. And the puck knocked away from De La Rivera by Reisling.
That was a great play from Martinelli, stepping up on that blue line, not allowing the Panthers to cross easily. Good job from him defensively.
Biggs takes a stumble. Not a penalty, nor a dive. And play continues. Turn back over to Hughes. Martinelli. Steelers a long way from where they need to be, though. Gain some territory through Westerling. But he's held up at the blue line, and now Biggs can come the other way. He'll wind, he'll fire, he'll find the glove of Jackson Whistle.
All right, good glove save from Whistle. Steelers, two of their defensemen change at the same time. Always a risky thing to do. One defenseman should wait in the middle of the ice before the other one comes on, and that goes off, I should say, in that situation. Biggs has all the time in the world to get a shot away. Although the two defensemen came off the bench quickly, always got to be careful if you're changing two defensemen at the same time. Good glove save from Whistle on that play.
Whistle's save percentage is 90.8 in all competitions this season. He's got another save to make here, and he does do with the left pad. It was a wonderful attempt from the Panthers, straight off the face-off, and a save to match it.
Oh, that shouldn't happen off a face-off in your defensive zone. Guys skating through with the puck like that and getting a breakaway on the goalie. It was a great save again from Whistle.
Here's Kieran Brown. Puck sent around to the far side. It does hop past Garnet's stick. It was just bobbling. The Steelers not able to get onto it, and the Panthers can skate away through Hughes. Doesn't get much further than the blue line. Possession back with the visitors, although Buzzio has turned it over. Matheson has it back. Game just feels like it's getting a little bit scrappy now. Maybe the ice quality is just starting to affect the play. But the speed of passing and the control off some of the sticks is not where it should be. Johnson lands a hit. Oh, and fired over the top by Farmer. Quick release, but off target. Billingsley. Fired high around the boards. Steelers across to meet it on the far side. Kovacs is working hard, but Steelers take it away. And flipped out to Everly. Shot through traffic, and Garnet gets a sight of it and is able to hold on.
Well, a smart play from Davy Phillips. Comes across the blue line. Gets a good wrist shot in there. Not enough traffic, I guess, in front to trouble Garnet. Here's the play off the faceoff. Doty just walks right into the net. Gets a breakaway against the goalie. A free one-on-one, but what a great save from Whistle with that left leg. Just left it down on the ice, kicked it out a little bit, and sent Doty back to the bench, scratching his head a little bit on that one. Fantastic save from Whistle.
Westerling fired across the crease. It takes a deflection. Biggs. Still with Biggs. Now around the dasher. Finds Martinelli. He's in a tangle. Support arrives. And it's the Steelers who win out. Eberle on for Phillips. Steelers are going to go for a change. And now Matheson looks as though he's icing a shift as a forward. We've not seen Brandon Whistle during this period. Not aware whether there's an injury or not, or whether head coach Tom Barrasso is just wanting to shorten his bench even more. Inside the final 6 minutes. Matheson will go after this one and he'll get to it. Doesn't have any support. He fires it across goal. It finds Buzzio. Now the line change is completed, but Buzzio has lost the puck off his stick and lost possession. Although the Steelers catch a break with an icing call against Nottingham.
Well, the Steelers with a very short bench, trying to change quickly, but with that, it's not. When the guy goes up the ice and everyone's changing, he has no support, like you just mentioned, and it's tough to score goals or make anything happen. But just a lack of legs right now for the Steelers. The guys are out there 30 seconds and they're going off. Well, when you're missing 4 regular players out of your lineup, it's always going to be tough to come into Nottingham and try to get some points out of the game.
Steelers have no game tomorrow. They can afford to send all their energy off on this one game, but Nottingham have got a flight and a 4 o'clock start in Belfast. Here's Pitt. Oh, there was a tip there from Buzzio. Follow-up chance is scored. The Steelers have got one back. It's 4-2.
Yeah, it was a nice. Well, first of all, Pitt just got the puck to the net right there. He just gets it towards the net. There's a little, goes off. I think one of the Steelers does deflect it. Garnet makes the original save, and that is a really nice wrist shot. Looked like it was, I haven't seen the number, but it looked like it was De La Rivera. He's had some good shots in this game. And I believe he finishes that one off.
First goal of the season. He's had plenty of chances throughout the Steelers campaign so far this year. He's got the Steelers back within 2. And maybe there is still a little bit of life left in this game with 5 minutes remaining. The assist on the goal goes to Justin Buzzio. 17 from 21, even strength at 54-53. Westerling trying to get it to Eberle. Johnson, Eberle, and offside. We do have our first result from tonight. Everyone plays tight games against Dundee, apart from the Devils. They are something else, and they've won the game by 5 goals to 2 after trailing in the early stages.
Well, the Devils are certainly a contender this year again, trying to three-peat. This is a nice goal from the Steelers, a really nice finish from De La Rovere. He had some good shots in this. He's had some good shots in this game, and finally, eventually, if you get the shots, you're going to get a goal at some point. And a nice finish from him.
Kovacs across for Gupta. Oh, he tried to get it back to Hurtubise. Steered away by Whistle. We're inside the final 4 minutes. Brown doesn't have any support, and he doesn't have the puck anymore either. Hughes forward, Whistle gloves, and sets it down for Buzzio. Skating forward, the Steelers will gain the zone over on the far side. That one was across the face of goal, but it's straight into the zone and then straight out. And Biggs moving it across. Perlini, Biggs, save made by Whistle. He got a little bit of blocker on that one to turn it away. The Steelers clear it down.
Oh, Biggs, Perlini, and Lakovic have had a really good third period. They've really been moving the puck well, skating well, hustling out there, creating good opportunities on every shift.
Johnson with the 360. And this one is going to be icing, and the Steelers don't need that if they want to get themselves back on the scoreboard again and close the gap to 1.
Well, like you said, this game doesn't finish at 4-2. You can get your goal, you can pull your goalie out any time now. Try to get a man advantage and get one back, and then who knows what could happen. I'm sure Coach Barrasso is thinking about that right now.
Just 16 seconds there were between the Steelers making it 2-1 and the Panthers making it 3-1. And you feel that that goal will be the one that is most talked about. It's perhaps the decisive moment of this game if this result does hold. Henderson stops at the blue line. And the Panthers go for a change. The Steelers are going to swap some personnel as well. Johnson takes it away from Kovacs. Ambitious pass forward, only finds Billingsley. We'll keep an eye on Jackson Whistle if the Steelers are going to be adventurous and try to pull their netminder with a 2-goal deficit, but the Panthers are offside and we'll have ourselves a stoppage. Remember, both sides use their timeout during the second period, so that's not available for either coach at this stage.
Well, with only 2 minutes left here in the third period, I'm wondering if Tom Barrasso is going to get his goalie out. He's up on the bench now. I think he's trying to get Whistle's attention. Whistle can't. Oh, now he's looked. Whistle's looked now, and he knows the coach is ready to pull him.
Often in that situation, a player who is fresh onto the ice will just pop by the netminder and pass the message on. Pitt is offside. Whistle was on his way to the bench, but he never got there because the player was stopped for the offside call. And Whistle will now go back.
Pitt just stepped over a little bit too soon there. Well, we'll have to try it all over again to get the goalie out. Certainly not going to keep him out when the faceoff is down their side of the neutral zone. Still time left on the clock for a couple of goals. It won't be long before whistle is out of the net again.
Steelers-Panthers games over the years have known lots of late drama. Panthers are in possession, although Lepine has lost an edge and twisted down awkwardly. And he's been able to cover the puck in the corner. Whistle did get as far as the bench this time. It'll be an offensive zone face-off for the Steelers.
I don't think the coach is very happy about that. He feels that should be a penalty for holding that puck there. And I think he's got a point. I guess the referee thought the puck was underneath the pin, but he does use his glove a little bit there to gather the puck up. Sometimes the referees have been known to call those.
It does feel like the ice hasn't been in good condition this final period. We've seen a few players slip, and I don't think the passes have been sliding as smoothly as they would have liked. Panthers knock this one forward. They want a tripping call again on Farmer as he goes down, and they're going to get one. Otherwise he was heading straight for the open net.
Well, the referee was thinking about that one for a while. Definitely a penalty, no question about it. Defenseman knows that Davy Phillips knows he's got to do something there to get Farmer down. Otherwise, he's skating down for an empty net shot. There's no penalty shot on the play because the Steelers defenseman was closest to the net. Well, that certainly will make it tough now on the Steelers. We're going to be playing shorthanded to come back in this game.
Power play 5 for the Steelers. Sorry, against the Steelers. Panthers 1 for 4 so far. Nottingham trying to seal this game in fine style. Feel that the points are safe now. They just want to put a cherry on the top of the victory cake. It was 5-2 here back at the start of September. Are we going to get a repeat scoreline here tonight? Pither plays it down low. Johnson can't knock it away. Physical in the corner, and the Steelers will get it away. Whistle stays in his goal. Steelers aren't going to take another chance. They feel that the game is over now. And the Panthers controlling the puck, looking for a break pass. Superbly taken in by Gupta. Brilliant! What a goal that is! And what a way to finish off a wonderful victory.
Well, Gupta found his way behind the Sheffield defense. It was a long pass out. Gupta spun, flew across the blue line, and then beat Whistle with a nice little move through the legs of Whistle. Whistle tried to get his stick out there, but wasn't enough. Gupta gets that kind of time on the goalie. He's going to make you pay. It's a bit too easy for the Panthers to be able to make that pass up to get behind the Sheffield defense. You really got to keep your focus for 60 minutes, and it certainly proves that on that goal.
Second of the game for Alex Gupta. Shot from Buzio deflects over the top. Steelers still going. Pitt's shot is blocked, and then his backhand attempt goes wide. Puck hops past David Phillips. It was his penalty that the Panthers scored on. Gupta assisted Olsen. And we're counting down the final seconds of a Nottingham Panthers victory. 5-2. They took the lead in the first period, and they held it right to the end and lead the Elite League standings. And Sheffield still can't get themselves going.
Well, like I said, it was always going to be tough when you're missing some key players out of your lineup. When you're coming into Nottingham with the big crowd and the atmosphere, it's tough to beat a team that's coming at you hard with 4 lines and you're playing with 3. Even Steelers were even short with playing with 8 forwards, sometimes 7. I mean, Eberle was off for over 10 minutes. That certainly didn't help the Steelers. That wore out some of their legs up front. Guys having to play a lot. So it's always going to be tough in these big games to win with 4 guys out of your lineup. But give the Panthers credit, they played really well tactically. In their defensive zone, they were very strong, very solid. Their penalty kill was good. And they played a real disciplined game, apart from maybe one retaliation penalty. They're big and strong, the Panthers, and they're not easy, especially in that defensive zone, to compete against, because they don't give you much time on the puck. They're physical. They don't take a lot of penalties. I mean, they have taken penalties, yes, but for a team with the size that they have, I don't find they take that many penalties. They do play physical, and they're going to be always tough to beat in these big games because of the quality and the size they have in their lineup.
So the coaching debut for the Sheffield Steelers for Tom Barrasso is a losing one, 5-2 here. The Panthers win by on Panthers TV Live in association with Internet Motor Parts. Stay with us. We have the man of the match presentations on both sides.
Well, who do you think, Jonathan? Any picks? Who do you like in this game?
Well, I think Gupta's goals will possibly win him on things on that side. For the Steelers, I think Johnson was the standout defensively and got involved in much of the offensive play as well, but we'll wait to see who the sponsors and the decision makers decide upon.
No, I think there's some good choices there. Both players you mentioned had a good game.
Josh Pitts is the man of the match award winner for the Sheffield Steelers.
Well, he did have a very good game. He was intense out there in the ice, made some nice plays, battled hard on the one-on-one battles along the boards, and he was. And Johnson also was very good, like you said. Pitt did his job up front and had a solid game for the Steelers. I thought Garnet was good for the Panthers. He might get a shout, but I agree with you. Gupta was very clinical around the net. A good, solid all-around performance from the Panthers. They got contributions from a lot of players in the game.
So now it's the Panthers man of the match, and it is the 2-goal hero, Alex Gupta.
Well, good pick, Jonathan. And you're right, he was very good in the game. Certainly very skilled, has some good moves, has an eye for the net, and plays an intense game. Plays hard.
We don't yet have the final stat count, but the rest of the numbers from this game. The first period was 1-0 Panthers. The second period was 1-0 Panthers. The third period was 3-2 Panthers for a final score of 5-2 to Nottingham. Nottingham took 8 penalty minutes. The Sheffield Steelers took 20. The Panthers were 2 for 5 on the power play. The Steelers were 1 for 4.
Well, specialty teams, as you mentioned before the game, are so important. You get those opportunities in a big rivalry game like this, you have to take advantage of. I think it's something that the Steelers are going to need to work on, is that power play. I'm sure the new coach will bring some new ideas. And it takes a while for a new coach to get to know the players. Let's not forget that.
And it's time for the man of the match to lead the cheers. The first league meeting of the Panthers and Steelers this season goes the way of the home team. The Nottingham Panthers victorious by 5-2. The Steelers are already back in the locker room. There'll be a very different vibe in there than there will be in the Panthers locker room as they make their way off the ice. It's just about time for us to sign off. Paul Lady, your final thoughts?
Well, I mean, like I said, it was always going to be tough for the Steelers, missing four good players out of their lineup. But the Panthers, you have to give them credit. They played solid, played well, set up very well defensively in their end of the ice on their penalty kill. And when they got their opportunities, they finished the plays off. There wasn't a big difference in the shots on net in this game. I just think the Panthers were a little more clinical. They were a bit quicker to get the pucks in and around the net and finish plays off. They won a few more one-on-one battles, so I think it's a right result. Although the Steelers can take some positives out of the game. And of course, the new coach knows he's got some work to do, but it's always a tough job, like I said, when you you look down your bench and you're running out of guys, it's always difficult.
We do now have the shot count through. The Panthers had 9, 8 on whistle. Sorry, all 9 on whistle. There wasn't any on the empty net. And 7 for the Steelers. Both teams finishing up with 30 shots on goal. And that is it for this broadcast on Panthers TV Live. We hope you enjoyed the webcast experience from the Motor Point Arena tonight. It was brought to you in association with Internet Motor Parts. We remind you to keep your eyes across Panthers social media for interviews and reaction from this game. It is now time for us to sign off. On behalf of Paul Adey and all the Panthers TV Live team, this is Jonathan Fernley saying goodbye. The final score, Panthers 5, Steelers 2.